Hi, I'm Eric. I'm going to talk a little bit about the GPS accessory functionality of the D300. I have a E-Trex. It is a Venture. It's basically just a regular handheld GPS, pretty basic model. It has a interface so that I can hook a serial cable up to it. This is the serial cable that did not come with the GPS. It's just a 9-pin female on one side and the little proprietary connection to the E-Trex on the other. And then the GPS accessory cable for the camera is right here. It's a pretty short cable. It's got the male 9-pin on one side, and it's got an additional jack for remote trigger release on top, so that you can plug this cable into the camera and then plug your trigger release into the adapter here, so you can have the remote trigger release and GPS at the same time. So the serial cable gets plugged into the other serial cable. I'm going to pause the video for a second. You'll notice when I go into the menu, position is grayed out. That means it has not detected any GPS. I'm going to plug the cable into the front of the camera. It's in kind of an awkward spot because that's where I like to hold the camera with my left hand. But now that it's plugged in, position is available. However, position's blank because we don't have a good signal. And you can see that by looking at the LCD screen on the top of the camera, which I can show you. See how our GPS is flashing? That means the GPS receiver is detected, but the receiver does not have a signal. The GPS receiver should be set for NEMA IN OUT, which is a protocol, and that's pretty much the only requirement for the GPS receiver. Now let me show you what it looks like when we have a signal. So now that we have signal, let's see what the camera looks like. We can go into GPS. Position is available. Go into position, we see our real-time position updated every 2 seconds. Heading doesn't work for me. I have the Garmin E-Trex Legend GPS. Even when it's providing a heading, like if I'm walking in a straight line, it doesn't show up, so it's not much use. I don't know if it shows up on other GPSs or not. One thing to note is if the signal is very weak and the accuracy is over like 100 feet, the GPS signal strength, or the GPS bar, or let me show you, I don't know what to call it. The little GPS symbol, the icon, will be solid. However, if you go into position, all these will be blank. And that's if the GPS has a signal but the strength isn't strong enough. Now if we take the GPS and walk into a building, I'm going to grab it. Now I brought my GPS indoors, so we should lose our signal here in a couple of minutes. There. So this is what it looks like when we lose our signal. GPS is flashing. That means it's tracking. It's in communication with the GPS, but the GPS does not have an orientation. If the GPS is unplugged or turned off, well, let's see, I'm going to unplug the cable, see what happens. Well, the GPS continues to flash when I unplug the connection from the back of the GPS. Oh, no, it goes out. I plugged it back in and it comes back. It just took it a minute to go out. Now, I'm going to put it back by the window so that it gets a signal, hopefully. I'm going to show you how long it takes the GPS to acquire a signal when the meter is off. Because by default, if we go into GPS, auto meter off on means that when the camera meter turns off inside the viewfinder and it stops metering light, it stops listening to the GPS signal. And when you wake the camera up, it takes a little bit of negotiation for the serial packets. So if you take a picture right away, it won't necessarily have the coordinates even if your GPS is transmitting a good position. If you turn this to disabled, the camera will never go to sleep until you force it to somehow. I haven't tested that. So typically you want to leave it on so that you don't run out of battery. Let's see, we don't have a position yet. Oh, we lost GPS signal. If you don't have a GPS signal, it shows immediately. If you do, it takes about, I say, half a second for it to show up. I'll try it again. Okay, I'm going to do it again. The meter is off. I'm about to hit the info button. Here we go. And that time it showed the GPS was negotiated right away. I'm going to turn the monitor back off. Probably has something to do with the fact that the GPS is sending text coordinates via serial every couple seconds. So if you happen to turn the camera on just after it sent it, then you have to wait the full 2 seconds. If you happen to turn it on just before it sends the packets, then you probably don't have to wait very long. Let's see, the meter is off right now. I'm going to try it again. Turn it on. And we lost our signal. Oh, no, it's back. Now it's gone. I don't have a very strong GPS signal because my GPS is in the window and I have a deck that's covering the window. So it looks like we have our GPS signal again. Turn the camera off. Wait 8 seconds. And the meter just turned off, so I'm going to turn the meter back on. And you see it took about 3/4 of a second to get the GPS negotiated. I'll do it one more time just for the fun of it. Wait 8 seconds. And it's off. Wake the camera up. And there you see it took about half a second to 3/4 of a second for that GPS signal to come up, or icon. And once it is, you can take your picture and you'll have the timestamp. I'll just take a random picture. It'll be something stupid like that. We'll go and there you can see you got the longitude, latitude, altitude, and time. And like I said, the direction you're going doesn't show up, but it probably wouldn't be accurate anyways, because who knows which way the camera's pointing compared to the GPS. And that's that. I'm going to do a pretty ghetto screen capture here. This is a JOBO GPS receiver add-on for any digital camera that has a hot shoe mount. And the way that it works is every time you take a picture, it detects it through the flash hot shoe and records the location and time. Then at the end of the day, when you download the pictures from the camera, the software looks at the timestamp of the pictures, and it looks at the timestamp that the GPS detected pictures taken to correlate the two together, and then it adds the location to the EXIF information when the camera or when the software is run. The software does extra things, like it can find what intersection you were at, what tourist attractions you were close to, and it restores the last known location if you have lost your GPS signal. So if you go inside of a historic building and take pictures, it assumes you were where you were just before you lost signal. It's a little bit of an advantage to the way that GPS works, at least my GPS. Maybe there are GPS receivers out there that keep transmitting last known location instead of blanking it out, but that's the way that mine works. And there's a whole bunch of other accessories out there that are similar, but JOBO is a pretty popular one. And that's all I have.